Thank you for joining us on Ebru Africa this morning. I'm Cherotich Kenei. This is a business segment where we highlight stories making way across the economic scene. We begin things in Matis, Kenya. Now, public universities have until the end of May to pay lecturers and non-teaching staff their dues as agreed in the collective bargaining agreement signed in 2012. Now, this is contained in a return to work formula signed Wednesday by union representatives, the government and vice chancellors.
The staff from 30 public universities agreed to go back to work after talks led by Labour Cabinet Secretary Kazungu Kambi. In a return to work formula signed by the parties, all court cases relating to the strike will be withdrawn and no employee will be victimized. The parties also agreed on payment modalities to restore normalcy in public universities, some of which had been closed.
The university's management shall fully implement the 2010-2013 collective bargaining agreement using the modalities as agreed. The employees' pension contribution payments shall be computed from the 7.8 billion disbursed for the collective bargaining agreement implementation.
If things go as planned, the lowest earning assistant lecturer will be receiving a monthly salary of 72,649 shillings and a house allowance of 51,561 shillings. The highest earning assistant lecturer will go home with 103,717 shillings with the same house allowance. Lowest earning lecturers will be paid at 86,771 shillings, whereas their highest earning counterparts will get 123,722 shillings. They will be getting a house allowance of 55,244 shillings. Senior lecturers will be earning a basic salary of 98,068 shillings and 58,927 shillings as house allowance, while the highest paid in their category will be getting 140,775 shillings. On the other hand, university professors' salaries will go up to 150,589 for the lowest paid and 220,414 shillings for the highest paid, with both earning a house allowance of 73,659 shillings. The collective bargaining agreement was signed in the year 2010 and was to see university staff get a 33.1% salary increment. This, however, was not fully honored, prompting the staff to paralyze learning in all the public universities in the country.
Still in Kenya and affecting the greater East African region, over 20 million East Africans live in extreme poverty, according to a new report by development initiatives. Now, the report says if East Africa, and in particular Kenya, is to achieve beyond zero extreme poverty, then the region has to improve governance and review institutional mechanisms. Our reporter Sam Gakunyi reports.
Synonymous to a developing country are images like these, images of people who have been adversely affected by abject poverty. Chronic poverty remains predominantly a rural phenomenon, but as the deadline to achieving Millennium Goals quickly approaches, urban poverty is rising. A new report released by Development Initiatives captures the precarious nature of how many people try to escape from poverty. For example, 60% of Kenyans remain in poverty even after countless efforts to get rich. Another 40% succeed, but eventually falls back to their previous state.
Unless there are deliberate policies which are focused on people who are chronically poor, not just the general poor, but those who are in extreme and chronic poverty, it's going to be very difficult to move forwards as a people.
NGOs and development-oriented donors from the first world countries have stepped in fighting poverty. But over the years, it has been proven that they need to take a different approach other than offering aid.
The work of NGOs tends to be narrow and limited in nature, and they can't reach the breadth of countries and regions. And this is a role on which only governments can play, perhaps in partnership with development partners.
According to the report, poverty levels in Kenya are primarily maintained by high population influx, inefficiency in institutions that leads to corruption, and neglected subsistence farmers. Poor curriculums in Kenya's schools has also played part in a big way.
Unless we make improvement in the bigger society in which we live, better schools, better public schools.
Even with blueprints like Vision 2030 being susceptible to conflicts, fragile security and vulnerability to unpredictable climatic changes, the missing link to close the bridge in chronic poverty is expected to come from the people and not the government.
Change comes from the people. When the people are determined that they need change, leaders will have no option but to provide that change. People have to ask, people have to insist.
Will Kenya achieve a beyond zero chronic poverty level? According to the report, that is largely achievable, but only time will tell.
And finally, ending with Marty's Europe. Now, Crimea's tourism industry fears for its future as Ukraine and Russia wrangle over its status. But the prospects could be brighter for the agricultural sector after voters chose to join Russia on Sunday. And Moscow has pledged over $1 billion to buoy the economy.
Spring arrives on the southern coast of Crimea. Long popular with tourists, the region's beaches, warm climate and historic towns mean the area is dubbed the Ukrainian Riviera, a name that might now have to change after the peninsula chose to join Russia in Sunday's referendum. But for now, those in the Crimean tourism industry are simply afraid for the future.
Lots of tour companies have cancelled their trips to Crimea, to Yalta, to Ukraine in general, because of the ongoing conflict.
In past years, around 60% of tourists have been Ukrainian. The fear is that number will now drop, although some Ukrainian tourists insist the loss of Crimea won't spoil their holiday plans.
Yes, whatever happens, I will always want to come here. I love Crimea.
Crimea's authorities know how important tourism is to the peninsula. The first tweet by the interim Prime Minister the day after the referendum urged everyone to visit Crimea this summer.
This year, we want to make Crimea, with the help of Russia, a tourist mecca. I'm sure we can create the conditions to attract Western tourists.
Agriculture is also one of the region's biggest earners. Crimean wine and so-called champagne are famous across the former Soviet Union. Even French actor Gérard Depardieu reportedly owns some of the 25,000 hectares of vineyards. Winemakers here are optimistic a Russian future will be good news for them.
The Russian market is a lot bigger, richer, and is developing faster than the Ukrainian one. That's a fact.
But neither business nor tourism are likely to flourish until peace and stability in Crimea are restored. For now, everything is uncertain, and most cannot even contemplate looking beyond the current unrest.
That story wrapped up the bulletin today, but join us on Monday for more. Up next is Beriloro for more with Table Talk. Newline Limited, your one-stop shop for elegant and comfortable office furniture. Newline responds to your expectations for office furniture in a modern language. We offer a 5-year warranty period including unit transfers within Nairobi. For more information, visit our showroom at Chester House, Loiter Street, Nairobi. Newline Limited, your success partner.
Floma, professional makeup.
Does your exterior complement your interior? Everyone needs a home that is inspired by nature. At Yenbo Limited, we offer durable, energy-efficient and affordable UPVC windows in attractive colors. Visit us at Wall Street Business Park of Mombasa Road. Yenbo UPVC windows, your desire, our challenge.
Newline Limited, we offer current, stylish, state-of-the-art kitchen and wardrobe appliances tailored to suit your preference. We offer unit transfers within Nairobi. Let your kitchen stand out today by visiting us at Chester House, Loiter Street. Your comfort and satisfaction comes first.
Floma, professional makeup.